Well, happy Saturday morning. I'm Crusty Bob, and I'm going out today to look for garage sales. I haven't been to a garage sale in a few months. Yesterday, I went to a thrift store. Actually, this week, I went to two different thrift stores. Yesterday, I went to my favorite one, and I bought a couple of things, but it was just so good to see them open. And the place is really big, so there's a lot of separation between people. Everybody had to wear the mask. So again, Saturday morning, this is the time I typically go out and drive around until about noon looking for garage sales, and I figure there's got to be some out there. People have not been getting rid of their old stuff for a few months now, and it accumulates, whether it's cleaning out grandpa's house or your garage or whatever. So wish me luck.
Oh no, I'm waiting.
I just did my first garage sale since early March. Didn't buy anything, but I had a nice conversation with a couple of people. One guy there has things from his father, who was a radio operator on bombers in World War II. And he also has some of his stuff when he was in the Marine Corps in the 60s. So he took my card, and hopefully I'll hear from him. Here's another sale just around the corner from the other one. I'm all dressed up, ready to go. Okay, Big Dummy here, back from my second garage sale. Didn't buy anything, and I was stupid because he had a couple of bow and arrow sets there that looked like they're probably worth some money. And I just looked at them, walked past, and somebody else bought them for like $6. I'm sure there's pieces on that are worth far more than that. Oh well, let's go find another one and not be stupid this time. Maybe I'll buy something, I hope. Haven't found any more garage sales yet, but I'm down on Coast Highway in Oceanside. I'm going to go into the DAV thrift store. I've been shopping here, I think, since about 1971. And about every 10 years, it seems like I find something worth buying. Wish me luck on this one. Well, nothing this time. Back we go on the road again. I saw an estate sale sign on the pole at the entrance to this mobile home park. Let's hit a bump here. Boink, boink. Well, it turns out the estate sale was run by a friend of mine who normally works for another estate sale company. She's doing this one. I didn't find anything to buy, but it's always good to see old friends you haven't seen for a while. There's a whole community of people who go to the estate sales, and you get to know some over the years, and you run into them at the sale. So yeah, you don't see them for a couple of months, and it's good to see them again. I guess that's my work colleagues, really. 2 garage sales, 1 estate sale, 1 thrift store, and I haven't spent a dime. What did I say about running into old colleagues? I turned down a street where there was an estate sale sign, or actually a garage sale sign. Couldn't find the garage sale, but lo and behold, I used to live on this street. The guy who lived next door to me 20 years ago still lives there. I haven't seen him really in 20 years. And so it was good to see him and his family again. I just stopped by real quick. They were all working out in the yard. Now I gotta go find a place where I can make some money. Who's got stuff for sale? Bring out your old stuff. Bring out your old stuff. I returned to the DAV thrift store that I visited earlier today. There was a uniform item I was interested in. I thought, well, I'll roll the dice and spend $13 and see what happens. Okay, several hours later, I'm back at home. I just stopped at a secondhand shop downtown and picked up a little tripod for $5. And I've got uniform items that I bought yesterday, and then I bought that one uniform item at the DAV store here in Oceanside. So I'll dig through those later and see if we got any treasures. I don't think so, but I think I spent a whole $20 today. So, oh, and gas money too. I spent gas money. So when I started off as a picker, that was one of my goals. Was, when I went to estate sales, find something that's going to at least pay for your gas money for the day. So there was an incentive to make 20 or $25. After driving around all day and spending some money here and there and what have you, here's what I came home with. Here's what I bought today. Well, there's one thing I'll show you after this. I got a little tripod. It's a short one, and it's very sturdy, well made. I can't find any writing on it, but it's got the quality of a German-made one, and I need a small one like this that won't collapse on me. Also, I got today some $5 pants from a yard sale. These are for me to wear. That's one thing about being a picker when you go out to thrift stores and yard sales and stuff like that. You don't just buy things to resell. You can also find things that you wear or that you use around the house. I get a lot of cans of WD-40 that way. So here's what I picked up at the first visit to the Veterans Thrift Store in Escondido since before the great cootie crisis hit. So I picked these up, 2 days ago. I don't know if I'll really make any money off of them, but it was fun just to be able to buy something again in a thrift store. Now this one I may make a couple bucks off of. This is what they call a boonie hat, a sun hat. The United States military has worn them for years, and I never knew that the Soviets had it. Anyway, never seen one before. It's got a little communist star right there. Little star, there you are. Yeah, there's a better one with the star. That's pretty slim pickings. But, so after hitting all the garage sales, I went back to the thrift store on Coast Highway, the DAV thrift store. I saw something in there earlier that kind of appealed to me, but I couldn't find any labels in it. And I thought, yeah. Well, I went out and made my rounds, and I checked a couple things, and I thought, it's $13. It's worth a roll of the dice to go back there and get it. And, there's one of the labels. I found out just a bit from the interweb that it was actually the size label, but this is it's a very loose weave cloth that they used to use in World War II for Army gear, especially coats, jackets, parkas, anoraks, all that sort of thing. Anyway, but in the store, there's nothing written on that. There's also a label similar to that stuck in one of the pockets. Sewn in one of the pockets. All the writing is gone. So I thought, $13, what the heck, I'll buy it, I'll take it home. So I did, and after about an hour's work on the computer, I discovered this is a parka field cotton OD for olive drab. About 1943 is when it's dated, made for the U.S. military. Let's see what we got here. I love these little drawstring pieces of wood. Let's step back here a bit. Okay, this is the hem. It also has one of the drawstrings with the wood on it. It also has some leather. But it's really in pretty good shape. Has a hood, and they made pile liners that you could snap inside of this. This is basically a shell, and it's called a parka, but people also call these, I think, anoraks, A-N-O-R-A-K, for a pullover parka, but the military just calls them parkas. It's got 2 pockets with buttons. Nicely made, and it's aged really well. Again, this is dated about 1943 or so. And a good thing about it is it's a large size. I'm a pretty big guy, not height, but other dimensions. And I can get this thing on, and it's plenty loose. The sleeves are nice and long, so I'd call this a size large. And here's the good thing about it. Remember, I was saying just a little bit earlier, I'm going out on this Saturday morning round of mostly garage sales, I hoped. I hit an estate sale, thrift store, and I said, I hope I make gas money today. So I paid $13 for this thing. And I'm looking online, and used ones sell for silly money. $100, $200, $300 for one of these. If you had one with the snap-in lining, you could hit $400. They make a fashion version of this. You can buy one of these brand new as a fashion item for $650. I'm probably going to ask $200 for it. I looked around, and that seems about the range for these things. So, my car gets 31 miles per gallon, and I drove about probably 40 to 60 miles today. I normally reset the trip odometer when I take off and keep track of the mileage so I can deduct that. And I forgot to do it today, but I know from experience the route I do hitting garage sales on a Saturday morning in Oceanside. I almost do the same circuit. It's about 40, 60 miles, depending on how much further I go down one road or another. So, $200 coat and about you know, I don't know, $6 worth of gas today. So I made gas money. You know, I'll be able to pay half the cell phone bill. Sell this thing. Crusty Bob, over and out.